This is the Logitech MX Mechanical keyboard. A pretty good option for a productivity keyboard if you're asking me. Let me tell you why. Let's talk features and specs. This is a low profile board from Logitech. This is the full size option right here. We have, there are options with a mini board that covers the numpad and condenses the rest of the board to fit in the space outlined here. It's $170. They make it in an additional color option. There is a white option for the Mac. This is a universal keyboard that works on both Mac and PC and works really well on both. It does have the dual labeled keycaps. You'll notice both for Mac and Windows. It is a wireless keyboard. It cannot be connected via USB. The only thing it can do via USB is charge. It has both Bluetooth and wireless over their Logitech Volt devices. It's only 125 hertz polling rate, so you're not going to be doing any competitive gaming on this. Although I've been able to get away with a good amount of gaming on this keyboard. It is backlit, as you'll notice here. Pretty great backlighting. It does the trick. It's not RGB, but it's got those shine-through keycaps that feel good. It looks good, and in low light settings, you'll have no issues reading these keys. There are hot swappable Bluetooth modes, so you'll notice we have keys to swap between different computer settings. This is fantastic for those of you who work from home and want to swap between a work computer, a desktop, and maybe a cell phone all in one click. It does have the ready wake technology that Logitech has, so if you put your hands over the board, it will wake up instantaneously. It works seamlessly. It's flawless, and I think that's one of Logitech's best selling points is it just works. It works really well. Their software works, the keyboard works. It's easy to use. It's functional, it's practical. The build quality on this is really good. It's sturdy, it's heavy, it's nice. There's an aluminum plate, as you can see here, right there, and it sort of surrounds the board. The rest of it is a plastic material, but it's sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap at all. You know, an MX Keys as well is another one of my favorite build quality boards. See, I have that right here. That feels a little bit more sturdy to me somehow. It's probably lighter, but somehow feels stiffer. I'm not sure why. Although this is a very stiff board, you can't get any flex on that board whatsoever. We do have a flip up option for some legs. There's padding on both the legs and on the bottom here, so you're not going to get any movement on this keyboard. I would have liked to see one extra height option on that, but can't nitpick too much right there. At $170 though for the full size, and then we have a mini version at around $130. There are 3 switch options, a linear, a clicky, and a tactile quiet, which is what I have here. Tactile quiet is sort of what they promote for office usage. I can attest that it sounds relatively quiet. I'll jump into a sound test here though. Sound overall is decent. It's not great. It's not very thocky, a little more hollow. I do find it pleasant. It took me a while. I didn't like it initially, but after a couple weeks of usage, I really started to enjoy the sound and feel of this board when typing on it. And I use it in a dual sort of setup right now. I travel with my MX keys. I use this as a productivity keyboard at home. I would use it in an office setting. Although my particular office that I'm traveling to is very hollow, high ceilings, wood, not a lot of cloth anywhere to dampen noise, so sound really echoes, and it's not something I want to continue to use in an office setting, and I do like switching between the two. Their software makes it easy to switch as well, so it's a breeze with that. Next, I want to talk about who this product is for. So it's definitely a luxury purchase. This is not something that everyone is going to be getting. A low-profile mechanical productivity keyboard is sort of a niche market. We're not talking about everyone needs this. You can do perfectly fine with your general laptop keyboard that you have probably with work. If you get an aftermarket sort of basic membrane keyboard, your typing speeds are probably going to be pretty consistent to what you get here. And if you really wanted to splurge and get something, there's the options like the MX Keys, which is about $100, so we're saving about $70 there. And you're going to probably type a little bit faster and have the same great features that Logitech offers. But this is also a jack of all trades keyboard. It's that low profile setting. It looks nice. I do game on it, as I mentioned, so that's why I mentioned it as a jack of all trades keyboard. It's much better than a memory keyboard for that purpose, but definitely not designed for it. But depends on the games that you guys are playing. Now I want to talk value comparison. So it's very important to frame this and where it sits in the product spectrum. This is a low profile board, so we're comparing it against things like the Newfie Air, the Keychron K5 Max, the Low Free Flow and Low Free Flow Lite, which I will be doing a review on soon. And then I threw in the Razer ProType Ultra. So it's another name brand company that is doing a high profile keyboard in the Ultra. The Newfie products are 100 to 130, so you could save some money there. It's unclear how that software is. I haven't got a chance to personally use a Newfie keyboard. It doesn't seem like it would have the flexibility that you would get with the Logitech board. Logitech offers this great feature of being able to swap your mappings across different applications. So let's say you're in your coding environment, you could have specific keybinds in that environment. If you swap over to a browser, it would swap to different keybinds. That dynamic switching is extremely valuable to me and not something I can fully compromise on. Keychron, same thing. You can spend about $100 there for their low profile productivity option. It does have 1,000 polling rate, so that would be a much better option if you're looking to do the hybrid gaming productivity work. But again, you have that software question there that, if you need it, then it's not going to work. Otherwise, you might be fine. Low Free, really shaky company overall. Shipping on them has been really weird so far. We'll see how this works out with their keyboard. And then Razer, it's just not low profile. If you can check the reviews and other channels, it's not very good. People are not very impressed with this keyboard. Now, I want to talk about changes for this product. I think overall, it's a very good product. Price is one thing that's a little bit brutal on this at $170. It's a lot of money for this keyboard. I will say though, you can definitely get it on sale. I got this particular board for about 140 bucks on sale right before Christmas. If you sign up, get alerts, get notifications, you're going to get at least 15% off. And then sometimes they offer like BOGO deals for buying a mouse and a keyboard together. So keep an eye on that. You'll definitely save some money there. The other things I'd change on this is I'd add more of an indent with these keycaps. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's relatively flat. There is some concave to it, but I'd add a little more depth there. I love that the MX Keys has a dip in that keyboard. It's very clear on what key you're typing, and it's a nice feel when you are working on it. The other thing I'd change about this is offsetting the function keys. So you can see here, they are lined up perfectly. The MX Keys already solved this issue. It just simply offsets that escape button. It makes it a bit bigger. Where is it? It makes it a bit bigger, and then that offsets that top function row, makes it a lot harder to press the buttons by accident. So minor tweaks, overall pretty decent board. Reduce the price, offset the top keycaps, add some more concave feel to the keys. This keyboard is, right there. The next version of this, I'm sure, will make some improvements as well. Okay, for our final segment, let's get into the tier list. We're going to start off with gaming. This is not a gaming keyboard. I do think it has some decent sturdiness, some decent accuracy. It can pinch hit a little bit with this keyboard, but value, accuracy, speed, it's not there. I'm going to put it in a C tier. It's almost a D tier, but I have been gaming with it fairly regularly, playing games like Raft and Stardew Valley and other slower paced games without issue. So it is adequate for some games. Solo productivity. This is an A tier for me. This is pretty good. Value holds this back, I think. Also, pure productivity, and MX Keys is going to be better, so it's hard to compete with sort of those juggernauts in that space. Firmly in the A tier. It's fun to use, good features, good software, good typing speed. Overall, good. Now, office travel and productivity. I'm gonna have to go with a. I'm gonna have to go with the C tier on this. It's just because this keyboard's expensive. It's a little bit louder than I'd like, and maybe that's just a personal preference, but a little bit too loud. It's not that portable. I mean, the smaller version is a bit more portable, but these keycaps that are risen like this, when they have that open face, it's easy to catch on things and sort of fall off. So it gets a C tier for me. And that's all. Thank you guys for watching.